certainly finding the more we look, we're having issues with pathogen populations developing either reduced sensitivity or resistance to some of our main modes of actions of fungicide. Development of fungicide resistance really challenges that, in that maybe 1 in 5 years when they have to put it on, but they have to go to much more expensive products now because the pathogen population's got resistance to the more economical ones. It's a real risk for growers in marginal cropping areas. I'm Steve Simpfendorfer. I'm a senior cereal plant pathologist based with New South Wales Department of Primary Industries. It's something under that Australian Fungicide Resistance Extension Network, led out of Curtin Uni in WA. That was finding, you go back and look at the maps of where we're detecting this across the country, it's changed a lot. We've got a lot more coloured dots on there of different pathogens, different active groups. So it's just a bit of a warning sign that when we give up on other parts of the management strategy and become wholly reliant on fungicides, we've just really backed ourselves into a corner of those pathogen populations adapting and losing. Now, particularly some of that cheaper Group 3 triazole products is where we're seeing the main problems develop. The fungicide's only effective against fungal-borne pathogens, so something that's caused by fungus. We get a lot of misidentification every year. We get a run of frost, the top of our crops go yellow, our cereal crops, and a lot of people think it's disease and they throw a fungicide out there. So what you've done then is you've had a fungicide input into a crop which wasn't necessary, wasn't targeted at what you actually needed it for. So you've wasted money for the grower, and if there is anything there, you've actually had a selection pressure. So every application is a selection on the population. So you've just added risk for no return for the grower. What we've done here at these workshops, which are being rolled out, is trying to get people to think critically. The tendency is fungicides are cheap, they're easy, but we're really arming the agronomist then to take the information in their discussions with the grower as to, this is why I recommend this particular management strategy, here's how the actual pathogen works. You're not going to see it on leaves for 14 days because it's got a 14-day latent period, so we need to be in front of it. A lot of the time it's hard with growers in that they want to see the disease before they manage it, but we know that all our fungicides have got stronger protecting activities.
Thankfully, a lot of our growers are aware of what their rotations mean for disease management, but making them aware perhaps more so of what's going on in their soils, that's probably something that I've taken away from today anyway.
So when it comes to applying fungicides, do we have a fungicide seed treatment there that's helping us get through the first half? Then reducing the amount of fungicide applied in crop and correctly diagnosing those diseases so that we aren't overusing certain fungicides and modes of actions and ruining future programs.
Another thing we push a lot is that AFREN principles and that pyramid, of starting with a solid base. So your starting point is that varietal resistance. Then look at all other non-chemical management, so stubble management, other things you can do, green bridge control for our rust, etc., of our volunteer wheat. And fungicides then become our last option. We really just want to use fungicides effectively when we really need them. So the best way to reduce the build-up of fungicide resistance is don't use them or spray them only when necessary. Therefore, we're not getting on that train even quicker to resistance.